Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you doing this fine day? You, getting some shopping done? Oh, well, that sounds exciting. Yeah, well, that's wonderful. I'm really happy to hear that. That is very kind of you to ask. Thank you. I don't get a lot of customers asking me that. Me, I am doing just dandy. I really am. You know, I get to sit here all day, just relax and sell some of our amazing perfumes and colognes. Well, I'll admit, when I first began, the aromas really got to me. But, over time, I grew accustomed to the aromas. Now, I completely understand that some folks are more, how do I put it, more sensitive to certain scents and aromas. And we do have quite a variety of very strong, pungent aromas. Well, please have a seat. I promise I won't take up too much of your time today. It's a very nice day out, and I don't want you to miss out on it. So, when you say you're looking for an aroma, what exactly do you mean by that? Well, for instance, what's the occasion? That is a perfect starting point. Who is this aroma going to? Okay, one for you and one for a friend. I see. And this friend, is it I see. Okay, well, let us begin with the women's aromas. Now, here we have a variety of exquisite women's perfumes and aromas. Let me start with some of our top sellers. Some of our real customer favorites. This one here. This is Evening in Paris. Alright. Now, of course, the bottles are larger than this. These are just samples. Alright. would you like to smell the aroma? Very well. Here you are. Now, what I'm getting, I don't know if you picked up on these aromas. But I'm picking up on a very floral aroma mixed with a little citrus in the mix. Maybe with a light note of, what is that? Can you tell me? It's some sort of a wood. It's either cedar. It is cedar. Okay. That's what I thought. Look, this aroma is amazing. Great for any occasion, whether it be a wedding, an anniversary, a party, a business meeting, or even a trip to church. This aroma will have you covered. Another favorite is this one here. This one is called Purple Diamonds. And this might be one of our most luxurious aromas that we have. Wow, that screams power. Very floral aroma mixed with citrus. This exactly. This aroma, when you take a whiff of that, it almost floors you, doesn't it? It's that pungent. Let's see the next one. Now, you're never going to guess the aroma that I have here in my hands. First off, what does this little bottle look like to you? You don't know. Well, this is called maple syrup. And it does not disappoint. No, it is not just maple syrup. It has a few other aromas as well. Let's open it up and smell. you can really smell that maple syrup, can't you? Now, what do you think the other aromas might be? If you smell them, there's no way you cannot guess those aromas. Close. Very close. Well, since you can't guess it, I'll tell you. Not only is this maple syrup scented, but also rich, creamy butter. You can really smell it in there, Kate. It's absolutely amazing. Tell you, if this was a man's, I'd be wearing it. That's for sure. Well, who knows? Maybe one of these days they'll come out with it. Yeah. So, I showed you the maple syrup. Here we have honey. Meant to look like a little honey bottle, and it smells like honey. You can smell a real sweet honey aroma, can't you? It's amazing. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get these aromas in these bottles. For instance, look at this tiny little bottle. Now, let alone how do they make the aroma? But then, how do they get it in these tiny little bottles? I don't know. Look at this little cap. That is a tiny little cap. The next one I'd like to show you, the Emerald Star. This aroma is one of our newest aromas. No one has tried this yet, but it's very, very pungent. I do suggest you take caution when smelling this aroma, for it does have hallucinogenic effects in high doses. Okay, so I don't want you, having to sit here and trip balls. Okay, are you ready? Now, depending on if you got a good enough whiff, What aromas did you catch? I'm catching a lemony zest. I don't want to say citrusy. It's more like lemon. Lemon mixed with like orchids or it was starting to get to me. Be careful. Oh yes, it smells absolutely amazing, but it's that pungency. I smell, other than the lemon, I smell a little bit of vanilla. Maybe chloroform. Mommy, I don't want to take my bath. Huh? Oh. Best just to let that one be. I have one more to show you, and then we'll move on to the men's. So, you said this is for a, oh, that's right. I had to make sure that I'm picking up the right aromas for you. You know, there's certain aromas for every occasion. You know, some I just throw whatever on and call it a day. Especially some of these body sprays that, in my personal opinion, I think they smell like a mix between bee spray and pepper spray. Yeah, that stuff that spray in your eyes. Stuff stinks, doesn't it? Now, this one here is called Remains. It's a little bit of a morbid aroma, and I'll show you why. Now, it's called Remains for a reason. It's because not only does the aroma smell, well, we'll get to that in a moment, but if you take a look at the bottle, it's an urn. That's right, an urn for cremated remains. Now, if we take a good whiff of this aroma, it's very, very earthy. Okay, with such notes as cedar, pine, something called rainy day, another thing called leaf litter, and another aroma that I don't know what it's called, but I can only describe it as BO mixed with dust. Here, take a smell. Yeah. I think since I began working here, we've only sold one of these, and it was to a mortician. So that I guess stands to reason, right? Okay. Now I have 3 or 4 men's colognes that I'd like to share with you before I let you walk away to enjoy the rest of your day. Now all of these aromas, these male aromas, are of, earthy, more masculine, more powerful, more thicker aromas than the women's perfumes. So let me get them, and we'll see what you think. Okay, so here we have a cologne for men. This one is one of our top sellers for men. It's very aromatic, very spicy, woody, herbal. Some might even say it's green, because of all the woods and spices and herbs that are thrown into this delicious aroma. Some of the top notes that you'll notice will be sage and basil, of all things. Base notes of amber and exotic woods. It's a real man's cologne for sure. A real powerful, professional aroma. Something that you'd wear to a business meeting. Where you want to, where you want to present yourself a certain way. Now, these are full bottles, so I will not be opening these, but I do have here a sampler. Smell the the exotic woods and the amber. It's really quite powerful. I can definitely smell the basil and the sage. It almost smells like a good old pizza pie. Yeah. It's a delicious aroma. The next one that I'd like to share with you is this one here. This is Declaration by Cartier. And this aroma is almost as equal as the Xeris by Givenchy. This too has a lot of earthy tones mixed in there. Some of the main accords are a warm, spicy, amber, woody, citrus, maybe even a little bit of leather mixed in there as well. With some top notes of bitter orange, spices, cardamom, cumin. Yeah, surprisingly, cumin. With base notes of leather, cedar, vetiver, balsam wood, and even amber wood. So this one might be a little bit more woody than Givenchy. Let's smell. See the difference. Should be this one. Oh yes, I smell the wood. You smell it too? Yes, yes, a lot of wood. That is a very woody aroma. I'm gonna have to throw that away. That's a bit much. I think I overscored it. Get air out the room. But as you can smell, it is a very pungent aroma. Now, you're probably saying, well, then why doesn't this take the top spot over Givenchy? Because that's why. Because of its pungency. You know, the only folks that I could see purchasing this aroma are ones who know better than to douse themselves in it. Did you ever come across, walking in the store, come across somebody and they reek coarser than if they had no cologne on at all. Man, it's something else. Okay, well, the last one I'd like to show you today. Like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but it's this one here, Lalacue by Home. Alright, now this is a very, very exquisite aroma. And even the packaging itself is just, very professional, very masculine, yet, stylish. Has the gold accents, along with the lion's head engraved in the bottle. See here. Now, some of the main accords to this aroma. Again, it's a very woody, spicy, mixed with citrus this time, with top notes of bergamot, lemon, citron, some middle notes of juniper, cardamom, violet leaf, nutmeg, and I think Brazilian redwood. Don't ask me how I remembered that. Now, some of the base notes, which are some of the more important notes. It's what it holds it together. Sequoia, vetiver, leather, amyris, and musk. So, it's not as pungent as the other two, but still allows some aroma to strut its stuff. Let's take a whiff. That one. It's actually quite pleasant, to be honest. It has those dark notes of like wood and spice and leather, but with this one, it's quite mild. Which is actually quite enjoyable. Here, take a little whiff. Exactly. It almost smells like a wood shop. It's actually quite exquisite. Well, that is all I have to show you today with your situation that you mentioned. Is there any chance that I persuaded you or sold you on an aroma? That's absolutely fine. You take all the time you need to think it over. We smelled a lot of aromas today, so it's completely understandable if you'd like to, walk around the mall and give it some thought. Because one thing we don't want our customers doing is walking around with the wrong aroma. So, by all means, take all the time you need. I'll be here. I'm here till 7, actually. So if you need anything, if you have any questions regarding anything, or if you say to yourself, hey, that's the aroma that I want to smell like, then by all means, please do not hesitate. I want you to come and find me as soon as possible. And I'll be more than happy to help you with whatever you need. Okay. Well, you take care, and if I don't see you again, you enjoy the rest of your day. Okay? And again, I'll be here till 7. Okay. Alright. You take care.